Hello, my name's Anastasia, and this is the latest video in my string of videos. I've been doing them for, I guess I'm past a year now, because the first one was, I believe, in February of 2016. Okay, this video is about what's been going on in my life since January of last year. The two main things are my spouse came out as male to female transgender, and in December I gave birth to my beautiful baby girl. But this is most definitely about being in the kind of unique family situation that I'm in. Okay, so since the last video I did, which I believe was New Year's Day, things have been very good overall. My daughter's had a few issues with eating and gas and constipation, and so she's been very cranky and sleeps really, really hard to come by sometimes. I actually slept last night, which is why I'm able to do a video today, because I got like 5 whole hours, so life is good. Rain has shaped up to be an awesome parent to our daughter. At the beginning, I wasn't so sure how she was going to do, because you could see that it's like she was almost scared to let herself love Harley. Like, I don't know if she was scared of rejection, although why would a baby reject its parents, right? Unless there's something more going on or something's up with the health. But anyways, Harley loves her to death. Harley's first smile went to Rain. Harley's first giggle went to Rain. I normally get screaming, feed me Harley. And Rain usually gets playful, happy Harley. That's fine. I'm okay with that. When she's like screaming and feeding, I get to cuddle her and maul her with affection. When she's playing, she doesn't want to hug and cuddle, and I'm into the hug and cuddle stage right now. So, with Rain's transition, she has grown by leaps and bounds. She is, like, I look at her and I was there, and I still have a hard time believing what she used to look like. And her mannerisms are different. The way she talks, the way she presents herself, the things she talks about. Like, her opinions are still her opinions, although I do have to admit they have grown a lot. The more she experiences in life, just like everybody else, her opinions are going to grow, shift, and change. And the ones that are growing, shifting, and changing are mostly very good. Our relationship is stronger and better than it's ever been, and I don't want, like, it's kind of fairy tale awesome, but it's not perfect, obviously. We have a 3-month-old. She's 3 months old today. So there's been a lot of sleepless nights and irritability and bickering and arguing. But that's just from being tired. When we were recently in Ottawa, because Rain was working there for 2 weeks. So the 3 of us were in a hotel room, except for when Rain was at work. And there was lots of snow, so it's not like Harley and I could go out very often. We went out a couple times, but like the snow was so high and the sidewalks weren't plowed, so we were walking on a huge, busy Ottawa street just to get to the corner store. So we were pretty much in that hotel room the whole time. And I got really cranky. I thought going away for a vacation would be this beautiful, awesome dream family togetherness thing, and yeah, it was a lot of togetherness because there was nowhere to go, and the baby was very upset. We had to change her food while we were there. Her tummy had some issues, so she screamed a lot, which means neither of us got much sleep. Rain had to go work 8 hours a day, and I was home with a screamy baby for 8 hours, and I was really mean. For me, I say really mean, and I wasn't like out of line. The police should be called mean. I was just like cranky and snappy and irritable, and I really don't like doing that. And I have to say, that showed me greater than anything else could have the difference that Rain, the differences that are between Rain and who Rain used to present herself as. And she handled it like a pro. Like, before the transition, I never would have been able to be that bitchy or cranky for any reason. There'd be no justifying it. Um, but since Rain is more herself now and comfortable with who she is, like way more comfortable. She's still got all the woman issues of, oh, I'm too fat here and I'm too thin here, but she's generally comfortable in the skin she's getting. So she did the exact right thing. She pushed when I needed and backed off when I didn't. Um and she helped, right? It's not like I was alone with the screaming baby. She was there. She was helping. She was listening to the same screaming baby. Um I was just a little bit yeah. The ride home from Ottawa, the drive home was really horrific. It took like forever to do a 6-hour drive, and Harley was still not happy, and yeah, we bickered a bit, and we weren't even home 24 hours before I finally went to Rain and said, you know what? I'm so sorry I was so crabby. I'm so sorry I talked to you like that, and thank you for what you did. Because it's hard to explain. This transition is changing everything, except for opinions and basic personality, right? But the way she expresses herself, it's yeah, she's just really, she's like really feminine, really girly. She's got what you'd stereotypically think the girl would do, and it's natural. And oddly enough, it suits me better than how a guy would do it and how guys do it. Huh. Another thing is I'm still sleeping upstairs on the recliner. It's closer, like, I have a hard time taking Harley downstairs to sleep at night because everything's up here. Like, we've got a cradle down there, but up here we have a bassinet, a crib, a change table, her bottles, everything she needs, her bathtub for when she's really messy. And so sometimes I go downstairs to sleep, but not very often. So Rain and I are still not regularly sleeping together, which I know bugs her quite a bit. And it bugs me for the fact that I can't, like, cuddle her or whatever, but I really do find it easier with the baby, and also that way Rain gets the sleep she needs because she's not listening to screamy baby. Now, baby doesn't scream all the time, just usually at the most inconvenient times. You probably heard her in the background of this video a few times, and she hasn't been screaming for hours, but now that I'm doing the video, she's wanting attention, right? So, another thing that I've noticed with Rain is when it came to intimacy and touching each other, we've really had, since the transition, about 6 months into it, the public displays of affection really went down. And at first I didn't really notice, and then I did. And then it bugged me over and over again. It's like, oh, she never grabs my hand anymore, and she doesn't do this, and she doesn't do that. And then I thought about it, and I'm like, wait a second. I'm expecting her to do what typically a boy would do, right? I've always been the girl in the relationship, and I've always been with a boy. So they're supposed to grab my hand, and they're supposed to grab my butt and put their arm around my waist. And I'm like, well, that's what I like as a girl, so let's see if that's what Rain likes too. And lo and behold, it is. She doesn't want me grabbing her arm like she's Joe Blow. She wants me to put my hand around her waist like she's my wife. and she is my wife. So I'm happier now that I've discovered that, because now it's like a mutual thing. I'm not always expecting her to take like the, I say the male role because it is the male role. Um, I just expect her to be my partner, and it is a learning process for me too, because things that you just take for granted are totally different now, and I'm pretty dense sometimes. If that's the way it always was, that's the way I assume it's always will be. So, like I said, things are really good. I'm happy. I'm contented. I have a beautiful daughter and a beautiful wife. Um, and like the other day, Rain and I watched my first video, and the things I was saying over and over again, you could tell I was struggling with. One of them was, I'm not a lesbian. Uh, Another one was the whole perfect family image. Well, you know what? I'm pretty sure I've got the perfect family. I love my daughter and I love my wife, and they love me. And I don't know what could be more perfect than that. I can't believe that it even concerned me that I wasn't going to have a husband or a father for my children, because it's the furthest thing away from my mind now. No, my daughter doesn't have a traditional father. She's got one better. She's got two moms. Um, Traditionally, the father role has not always been the most um, involved. So instead of having those worries, I have different things, right? Like how people are going to treat her at school. But yeah, all in all, everything's really good, and school's a long ways off. And who knows what society standards will be by then. Um, Rain is definitely passable now. Um, when we were in Ottawa, a gentleman came up and started talking to us. Well, talking to Rain. I had Rain. We had the baby with us, obviously, but we were just sitting at the restaurant table eating. This gentleman comes up and starts talking to Rain and starts like hitting on her. And then Rain said something about me. Like, she's like, or she introduced me. She said, "Oh, this is my wife, Anastasia." And the gentleman was like, "Oh, your wife." And then quickly had to leave. But you could tell, he was like, "Oh, that's the way you swing." And Rain didn't even realize that this person was hitting on her, because she's so not expecting it, I guess. It really helped build her confidence level being in Ottawa, because unlike where we're from, people haven't known her their whole lives as how she used to look and behave. So it was like you're being judged on who you are today, which really honestly is how everyone should be judged. This is the person you are. The person you used to be made who you are today, and the person you are today is going to make who you are tomorrow. So if you like the person you are today, then it doesn't matter what you were like in the past, because that's who made you the person you are today. And that's all that really anybody can hope for. And I'm very happy with the person that Rain is today. And I'm pretty positive I'm going to be happy with the person that Rain is going to be in the future. Didn't always like how things went in the past, but obviously it worked out, because that's what got me where I am. All in all, I want everybody to be very hopeful and happy if you're in my position, because I'm happy. I feel blessed. I love my wife and I love my baby, and life is good, and who knows what tomorrow will hold. But no matter what it is, we have each other, and that works for me. So I will continue to do these videos. I suggested to Rain that I stop because things are going so well. So why would I do a video to say, "Oh, things are awesome"? And Rain said, "No, your video's there to let people, to help people if they need it." they need to see that things can go good as well. So yeah, I don't have many struggles to complain about because they have not been insurmountable, and it's all working out. I hope everyone has a wonderful time until next time and feels as lucky as I am. And I will talk to you later. Bye.